To start where we left off, Boone was given 2 sandwiches and a bus ticket by hospital staff and told that he was being sent home. There was only one little problem though. Boone was gone so long, by the time he made it back to Continental Street, his family home was no longer there. Fortunately for him though, the neighbor recognized him and told him that his family had moved to Sheridan Street between Kirchevel and Mack Avenue. As you can tell, it was quite the distance. After failing to find his family, Boone would go back to the bus station and sleep there. It was there that a lady prostituting offered Boone a place to stay. Although her nice gesture wouldn't last long, because Boone woke up to some man beating the lady. Without even thinking, he jumped in and pulled a knife on the guy. Well, it would turn out that the man was actually the lady's pimp, so Boone had to go. He would end up back at the bus stop, but it wouldn't take long and the word would get back to him that the pimp was looking for him. By this point, Boone had met back up with Germ, and the pair decided to lay in wait at the lady's house, and when the pimp showed up, they ambushed and killed him, and they would just casually throw him in the trash can. Boone couldn't believe these women went out, done all the work, sold their bodies, but didn't keep any of the money. So from that point on, Boone started looking out for the women, and in return, they would split the money with him. Boone would joke, it was 75% for me and 25% for them, which was 25% more than they was getting. Eventually the word would get out, and other girls started leaving their pimps to come to Boone. Some time goes by and he eventually gets a girlfriend of his own, and it wasn't long and she was pregnant. He would end up moving in with her, and about 3 months go by, and she asked Boone if he'll join her at the neighbor's party. He reluctantly agrees to go, and to his surprise, he's sitting on the couch talking, when out of the corner of his eye he sees a familiar figure walking down the stairs, and it turns out it was his sister Louise, and this was his family's home. It's been nearly 2 years since Boone was released, and he was finally reunited with his family. Louise would tell him that their mama was working down at the Top Hats, which has since closed, and he would go down there and surprise her. He told her everything that happened, well, most of it, and then told her that he was going to join the army. You see, this whole time Boone's family thought he was still a ward of the court, and being that they moved, they never got any letters. From there, Boone would actually go on to join the army and do 2 tours in Vietnam, apparently as a Green Beret, but there isn't much info to be found. Everything seemed to be going well for him, that is, until he got into an altercation at the bar, which would change his life. From what Boone says, a man got mad over a lady and pulled a knife. Boone would pull open his jacket, showing the man that he had a gun. According to Boone, that's all that happened, but nonetheless, the man was found the next morning in the alley, dead from a gunshot wound. Now, mind you, even after confessing to multiple murders, he still claims his innocence with this case. Boone would actually leave and do another tour in Vietnam before coming back and being arrested for armed robbery and possession of a firearm, and he would serve 2 years flat for the gun and another 2 years for the crime itself. After he got out on parole, he started competing in tough men contests and boxing at Cobo Hall. It would be here at Cobo Hall that Boone was actually introduced to the Best Friends gang. Boone would actually joke, the government trained us for a job, but then wouldn't give it to us because we were black. So what else are we gonna do? Thanks for watching, stay tuned for part 3, and let me know what you guys think in the comments.